Evening, everybody. It's Nick here, and I'm talking about Shadow and Bone. This is a series that came out of absolutely nowhere. Seriously, I hadn't even heard that it was going to be on until I think Wednesday last week. Today's Wednesday, and it arrived on Friday last week. So I was told have a look, and I was kind of busy on Friday with some other really great shows like Invincible on Amazon and Falcon and the Winter Soldier on Disney Plus. So I was kind of busy on the Friday. So I started watching it on Saturday, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is good! This is really good." In fact, I'm saying it right now. This is Netflix's best fantasy that they've done. It's phenomenal. It's better, in my opinion, than The Witcher.
Fuck.
The Witcher I really liked, but the story was not really well put together. The elements were there, but maybe they need somebody with a bit more bit more experience to draw that together. So season 2, hopefully, of The Witcher will be better. So, like I say, Shadow and Bone, however, has Eric Heiserer behind it. He's the sort of producer and the creator of the show. He wrote the screenplay for Arrival, and I didn't know that until today when I was actually doing a little bit of research on the show, and what the hell the mechanics are behind it. And as a screenwriter who was almost won an Oscar for Arrival, you can see the level of attention to detail in the writing of the script. Now, the script, or the screenplay, sorry, is a difficult one to do because it's based on books. It's based on Lee Bardugo's 5 books, in fact. So you have 3 books over here called Shadow and Bone, and then you have 2 books over here called Six of Crows, and I apologize if I got that wrong. I'm just looking at the wiki over here. And apparently these elements are drawn in to create this new story. Based on characters and, of course, the world in those books. So I can imagine a few people who've read the books might be irked by that because it's not exactly as the books are. Season 1 of what we just watched right now on Netflix, is a sort of merge of the 2 books, with things taking place in the second book, taking place in the first season. And also characters that have different backgrounds, or not different backgrounds, but their origin story is rewritten. So what's this entire thing about? So this takes place in Ravka, which has been divided by what's sort of like a dark fold, where it's called the dark fold. The shadow fold, that's right, sorry, my bad. And Ravka is a very Russian-based world, which is really nice. I'd like to see something a little bit different. I'm tired of seeing the whole King Arthur stuff shoved in my face. It's it's in every damn medieval show. So this is quite nice. It is quite fresh. You've got different hats and different costumes. My God, the costumes in it are phenomenal. But I'll get to that in a bit. And anyway, so it takes place in this world that's been divided by this shadow fold, and the world is not doing very well because of that. So this shadow fold is kind of like a boundary, almost like that Game of Thrones Northern Wall, that you can go through, but you're more than likely going to get killed by the creatures that are inside it. So the writer herself said that she liked the idea of, darkness taking hold of the land. But what if that darkness was actually a real darkness, like real baddies that have taken over this patch of land? So then we have our characters who are in this world. I was quite happy to see that Dan Barnes was in it. I think he's a really good actor. He's really amazing in this as General Kerrigan, who's basically I can't give too much away. I'm sorry. I won't get too many spoilers away in this. So he's brilliant in this. He does a really, really great job. And one of the reasons why I like this show is that they really do pay attention to backstories and characters. So he's the sort of male main, I suppose, or male lead. We have his counterpart as Elena Starkov, who is an orphan cartographer who makes maps and stuff like that for an army, and played so well by Jessie May Lee, who really hasn't done much before this as far as large productions.
So no pressure.
She blew me away. She is phenomenal in this. She is really good. Her acting blew me away. The facial gestures, the way that she was able to mix comedy with pain and stuff, she's going to go far. She really is. I was enamored with her. Absolutely fantastic actress. And she plays this character who suddenly realizes that she has this power, this sun summoner, kind of like the big white light in her hand, like Gandalf, but far more impressive than Gandalf. Sorry, Gandalf. And she's suddenly hot property because she's able to burn this shadow fold. She's able to go through it and using this light, sort of zap it and get through it safely. And everybody's after her for that reason. Some people want to kill her because they don't want the fold to come down. Other people want to use her to get through the fold, only for them. And So that's when the sort of Game of Thrones-esque level comes in. I don't want people to think this is like Game of Thrones. It's not. It's not violent. Well, sorry, it is violent, but it's not, having people's guts cut, sliced out and ripped in front of you. There's no incest in this. At least I don't think there's going to be. And yeah, there's not a lot of sex. Well, I don't think there's any sex in it. There's one scene, a gay scene with sex in it, and that's it. And that's another thing I wanted to bring up about this, which I really liked, is that they do touch on sexuality, but they don't point out and go, oh, he might be gay, or she might be lesbian. In fact, the lead role, Jessie May Lee, identifies as a they, she. So she says that she's queer. And it's really nice to see that diversity in the show. This is the second show, I'm actually going to say this, on Netflix. The first one being The Irregulars, which had so many diverse characters in it, and it didn't bring it up as being anything like weird or reason to point out. And that's why I'm pointing it out, which is kind of the paradox, I know, but so be it. So anyway, like we got Alina. She's followed by Mel, her best friend, also played amicably by Archie Renault. He's a good actor too. And they sort of are best friends who get separated, almost like a Sam Gamgees, I suppose, and Frodo, and they wanted to get back together because they are best friends. They are then followed by the Dregs, who are quite a lot of fun. They're kind of these three miscreants. You've got Dirty Hands, the Wraith, and the Sharpshooter. The Sharpshooter is my second favorite character. Kit Young plays this guy called, what's his name? Jasper. And holy hell, he literally has some of the best lines. He's brilliant with guns. Then you've got his counterpart, who is in Edge, who is like an assassin called Wraith, and you've got the leader called Dirty Hands, or Kaz, played by Freddie Carter, who's really, really good too. So they have like their own. There's three storylines basically running. It's so difficult to explain this fucking thing. There's three main storylines. You've got, like I say, the main Sun Summoner and her BFF. You've got these three people who've been hired to kidnap her for reasons, and then you've got these two other people that sort of appear halfway through and have their own thing going on. But like I said, I'm going to try and stay away from spoilers because that's a little bit further down the line. But these sort of miscreants are brilliant. They try to get through the dark fold as well. Shadowfold. It's hysterical watching them go through there. There's a scene with a goat, which I almost choked on my red wine. The editing in this is phenomenal. It is so well done. It's sort of like, looking at one person screaming, another person screaming, and then suddenly the goat screaming. That kind of level of fun. And it's, like I say, it's like that throughout the entire thing. It can be a little bit jarring though, because sometimes you get really heavy moments, and then suddenly it's thrown for a little bit of comedy, and then it comes back in. But I wouldn't say there's too much comedy in this. It does break it up every now and again, but some episodes are just funnier than the others. I suppose that's just the way it goes. Yes, like I say, the CGI in this is phenomenal. The wardrobe is brilliant. If they don't get awards for either or, I'll be surprised. The cinematography is phenomenal again. And you've got a really great bunch of actors and you can see the chemistry between all of them is really real. The main actress, Jessie May Lee, was talking about her being friends with all of the dregs, and she had to be careful with how she did that on screen because she didn't want to make it too, friendly. And they did a brilliant job in this. This world is kind of like a Lord of the Rings world with the sort of world building, and that's why I liked it so much, and that's why it's so difficult for me to actually talk about it coherently right now without giving any spoilers away. All I can say is it's really worth watching. It blew me away. I was sucker punched by this, and it wasn't adult. I mean, it's adult in certain areas, but it's not an 18. And at times I got irked by that. I wanted a bit of swearing to happen. Like when you get your best mates being murdered in front of you, I expect someone to go, "Fuck you," that kind of thing. But I've been conditioned for that, I suppose. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to season 2. It's been greenlit already. I think they're already working on it. And like I say, to me, this is an easy 8 out of 10. And it's really worth watching. Please, guys, go out and watch it and let me know what you think. Catch you guys later.